All right. I think we are live, Lexi.
Awesome.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm great. Thank you. So I'm Sarah Kezele with the W.TV. Here with me is Lexi Rydalch, the do-it-all for BYU, the WCC Player of the Year, just a star in general. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks. Yeah, this will be fun. I'm excited. First Google Hangout. Awesome.
Awesome. Me too. Okay. So obviously the reason we're talking is the NCAA tournament is about to start. You guys are the 7th seed. You've got 10 seed Missouri on Saturday. Obviously, you've been watching them on film for a couple days now. What are some things that you guys have been able to pick out that you think you can explain?
Yeah, they're a solid team. They really like to go in the half court, and they have some tall guards that like to shoot the three ball. And then they have a couple of big girls. They're 6'4", center, and so they kind of have that inside-out game. But they really just like to get it in the half court, run a ton of plays, and particularly for the three ball. So we're going to try to defend the three as best we can with them.
Okay. Speaking of the three, you're going to sidetrack for a second. As everyone's been talking about, it's been about a week since you broke Hank Gather's WCC scoring record for both the men and the women. And I know that you've been asked about this plenty, but now that it's been about a week, has it set in a little bit, kind of the historical significance of what you've achieved?
A little bit. It's still mind-blowing to me just to even be in that same conversation with all of those names that I've known for forever that are just absolute legends. It's just crazy to be in the same conversation. It's really a fun thing.
Awesome. Well, you definitely deserve it. So back to the tournament. We're going to focus on that. We were watching the selection show on Monday when the cameras were on you guys when they were right about to announce your seeding. Coach Judkins was like, he was not reacting. He was just
oh my gosh, I know. He was so uptight.
Yeah, what was that all about? Was it nerves? Did he not know that you'd been called? Like, what? Walk me through what was going on there.
He was really nervous, just because a few years ago they lost the conference tournament against Utah on a last-second shot, and they didn't get into the NCAA tournament. And so he was like, oh, no, are we going to get screwed over again? Like, is it going to be another one of those years? So it was just history running back over in his mind, I think, and wasn't exactly ready to react when our name got announced. But we celebrated after, and I told him, hey, you got to loosen up. Come on.
Atta girl, that's great. Yeah, tell me you can smile. You guys made the field. You're good.
Exactly.
So funny. Was there any sort of feeling on the team aside from coach? Was there any sort of feeling from the players that maybe you weren't going to make the field, or were you guys confident that you would?
I was confident. I was a little surprised that he was that nervous, just because we've had a great preseason and beat some really good teams and then played well all year in the conference. And so I would say the players were most nervous to just see where we matched up and what our seed was. We weren't nervous to get in exactly. So it was super exciting night though.
Awesome. So you were on the 2014 squad that made the Sweet 16 run. Do you see any similarities between that team and this team that you think could help you make a deep run in this tournament?
Yeah, I think I do. I think with the Sweet 16 team, there were good senior leadership and kind of veterans. We had been there before, and I see that with this team again. And we've played well in big games, which is awesome. So hopefully we can rely on that experience and that past success and just kind of use it to springboard us into this tournament. And we're really going to try to go into the tournament confident and no worries, just play like we played all year because we think that will give us a lot of success. It's done it already.
I know this might be a tough question for you to answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How far does your team need to get in the tournament for you to feel like you've had a successful postseason?
So I want to go all the way, but I want to go farther than BYU has ever gone. So we haven't made it to the Elite Eight. So that would be a great accomplishment. But like I said, I don't want to stop there. I want to keep going. So we're going to just take it one game at a time and play our best every single game and not look too far ahead.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we've got a couple questions for you from Twitter. I'm going to pull them up real quick. All right. We've got Lauren Parker wants to know. She actually has 2 questions for you.
Okay.
One, we'll start with the first one. Who is the best player that you've ever played against?
It's a good question.
It is Lauren Parker.
Yeah. Kudos to you. I would say, with the Sweet 16, we played against UConn, who were the eventual national champs. So, their team obviously has some of the best players that we played against. And then as for the West Coast Conference, I would say names like, off the top of my head, Jackie Nared was a great player, and she tried to go to the WNBA. Let's see. Hayden Palmer was a good player from Gonzaga, and she almost made it to the WNBA as well. So just names like that. There's been good players to come out of the West Coast, and then obviously Alex Cowling as well. She was a great scorer for LMU. So I would say those names.
All right, and that transitions me into the next question. She wants to know, do you have WNBA plans, like former Coug teammate Jen Harrison? Yes, that's right.
Hampton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hampton. Oh, I can't read.
Oh, okay.
Glasses.
Yeah. Yes, I definitely do. My goal is to play in the WNBA and have success there, and then also overseas. I want to try to do both. I have a small window with my youth to try and play, and so I'm going to try to take advantage of it and see what I can do.
All right. The last question we have for you is from Vince Grippy, and he wants to know, was Gonzaga's Shaniqua Millis the toughest defender you faced all season?
Good question. I would say she's a good defender, but I would credit Gonzaga's team defense. They have a tough team defense that they really like to pack it in the paint and play percentages, which is tough for any team. And they're long and can block shots, and so they're a tough team defense. So as for the toughest defender, there have been some good defenders in this league. I would say Gonzaga has done the best job on me, and San Francisco as well. I'll give them credit. They're tough teams.
All right. Well, do you have anything else to add before you go off into the NCAA tournament yonder?
I've loved playing in the WCC and have loved my experience. There's been some great teams and some awesome competition, and hopefully we're prepared to make some noise in the NCAA and San Francisco as well. We want the whole conference to do well, so we're excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Lexi. Great chatting with you. And I forgot to mention, I don't know if you picked up BYU great team. That wasn't even intentional, just happened that way.
It's awesome.
Good luck. It's Saturday, 3:30 Pacific, 4 o'clock Mountain Time. You guys face Mizzou on ESPN2. Best of luck. Hope to see you advance.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to hang out with you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. We'll see ya.
All right. You good, Ezra? Okay.